10 minutes after 8 o'clock. It is the JoJo Show. Join us in the interview loft this morning. Wayne Thomas, who's been on the show before, and Dan Schmidt there with Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters. And you can email them at grghosthunters@yahoo.com. You guys have been investigating paranormal activity in the Grand Rapids area. How long, Wayne?
I'm going on my 5th year now.
Okay. And how did you get started doing this?
Well, at 5 years old, most kids are told there's no such thing as ghosts. I was taught the opposite because my grandfather was a ghost hunter. So ever since I've been 5, I've been a paranormal researcher.
And Dan, what drew you to doing this?
Well, I have been sensitive my whole life. I didn't really understand what that meant. But since at an early age, I was able to see things and hear things that didn't make sense to me. So as I got older and started to understand it and do some research on it, I realized that what I was seeing and hearing were people that used to be with us. So I took an interest in that and wanted to learn more about it.
I see dead people.
Exactly.
So you have to deal with skeptics, right, on a regular basis? I mean, there's people who are probably calling BS on you guys all the time, right?
Oh, yeah, and especially males, they like to just deny it, you know. I'd rather to pretend it's not there.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up. So you think females are a little more receptive to, I guess, extracurricular, I'll call it, activities?
I do. Maybe their emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. I've never thought about it that way, but that you raise a good point there. So, do people call you then and have you say, "Hey, I'm having some weird issues in this building, and I want you to come here and investigate"? Is that how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've had people call us, email us, find us on Facebook, whatever, and let us know that, look, we've got something going on in our house or in our business or whatever it is. We'd like you to come and help us understand what it is. We have had occasions where it has been something that scares the people, and they want to know, what is it? How can we get rid of it? That kind of a thing. So, yeah, definitely.
What I liked about this is, and I talked about this last time with you, Wayne, is you give a guideline that most ghosts really are no harm to you.
Exactly.
They will go away if you just yell or scream.
Yeah, you can get rid of a ghost by scolding it. If you have to go to that, most of it is residual energy. People don't realize they're not even dealing with a real spirit.
Yeah. In many cases, they're residual hauntings, and it's just a recording, if you would, of an event that has taken place in the past, and it's just replaying that event over and over again. I would say maybe 25% of what people experience is an actual intelligent spirit.
Okay, so someone in this building who works at another radio station, Christine, called you guys and said what? That she had felt maybe that there's something haunted in this building?
Yeah, absolutely. She called us up and she said, I've felt things. She works late at night quite often, and her and a couple of the other people that work here had experienced things, and they talked about it amongst themselves, but kind of kept quiet about it because, people think you're nuts when you talk about it.
Yeah, they were concerned that they didn't have a lot to go on. But we've gone other places with as little to go on. They're seeing shadowy figures in the hallways. They're hearing doors and voices late at night. And that can go either way. That can be a residual or that can be an intelligent haunting. So that's why you bring somebody in that has some experience with it to help you decide, is it something that we can communicate with?
So you came here after hours one night, and what did you find?
We recorded several EVPs, some Class A EVPs, so that points right to an intelligent haunting.
Mm-hmm.
But my best guess is here you have both. This building is like a giant EMF pump. The magnetic fields in this building are off the charts, and I think that helps some spirits come through.
Okay, so let's clear up a couple things for people who don't know. What is an EVP?
EVP is an electric voice phenomena. It's
Okay.
If you have a digital recorder, it would be a voice that you can capture on that recorder that you can't hear with your own ears at that time.
Okay.
But the digital recorder can pick it up, and you can hear it when you do the playback.
And what is an EMF? Did you say? Or
Right.
It's an EMF pump?
Yeah, an electric magnetic field is an EMF. So a pump is something that creates more of that field.
Would that be partly because of the radio equipment in this building?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
There's so much equipment in the radio signals themselves. Most of our equipment, when we brought it in here, you can't even use it. It won't be accurate in this building. But I believe that can draw spirits in that didn't even maybe have a direct tie to this building, but they can feel that energy and use it.
Okay, he brought in some recordings here, and I've listened to these. And this is so. Let's start with. We're going to start on the. This is in the offices. First of all, if you're not familiar with our building downtown, it is actually two buildings that have been joined together.
Right.
With a plastic coating on it. They're in the process, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. They're taking that plastic off, and they're actually going to separate these buildings again. But so one side of the building is where all the radio stations are, and the other side of the building is where the sales offices are.
Right.
So this was, I believe, Wayne asking a question, right, of a ghost on the.
Yeah, this was over in the sales department, and Wayne is asking a question, and this is what I picked up after he made a statement. Actually, it wasn't really a question; it was more of a statement.
Okay. And then afterwards, you listened to it, and you heard a little bit of a voice at the end here. So,
absolutely.
So listen to the statement, and then at the end, it's going to roll a little bit, and you got to listen very carefully. But I do hear this.
Don't scare Christine when she's here by herself.
Okay. It's just that little bit at the end there. It'd be this. It sounds like somebody whispering yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got that response back. Wayne says, leave Christine alone, and the response back is yes.
Okay, so here's an interesting question, because I used to play the Ouija board when I was a kid with my older sisters, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Yikes!
Why do you say that?
Oh, that's not a good thing.
No,
not
why
a good
not?
thing.
That opens up a whole different can of worms.
All right
there.
But we would do that, and my sisters would move that thing, and try to scare me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do I know that subconsciously? Is it possible that subconsciously somebody in the room just whispered something? Is I guess my question as a skeptic.
It would be possible, although we try to document everything with video as well.
Oh, okay.
When I went back over the video from that room, everybody is in view of the camera and nobody is saying anything.
Okay. Because there's a definite, I can hear a whispered yes right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they're a ventriloquist.
All right. Here's the other one, and this is now what's going on here. You're saying, okay, so he says yes, he will leave Christine alone.
Right, and this is right after that. This is the continuation of that discussion. He says, leave Christine alone. You get the answer yes.
Okay.
And then he basically says to leave the rest of the staff here alone.
Okay.
Stop scaring the living people.
Okay, that one's less audible.
Yeah, it's a little quiet.
And it sounds like no or oh, right?
Yeah, I got no out of that.
No, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that means we're open, we're fair game.
Yeah, everybody else is fair game.
Okay.
Yep.
So you asked nicely if he would leave Christine alone, but the rest of us, no. Okay.
Always be polite.
All right.
Very important.
So if you went name by name, do you think you could run down the whole roster and find out who he's willing to haunt and who he isn't? That would be great.
You might be able to, yeah.
All right, so what is this? What do you think is going on here? I mean, how do you interpret this yes, no?
That's intelligent interaction.
Okay.
I believe that's an intelligent spirit.
What's that mean? Again, the difference between an intelligent spirit and a random haunting or a non-intelligent
That means
spirit?
that it is the actual spirit of somebody that lived and maybe had a tie to this building. We do have an interesting story that of a personal experience that happened while we were here.
Okay.
One of our other investigators, Brandon, we were down the hall in another studio, and very similar to yours, when you look out the little window to the door, you can see down the entire hallway.
Right.
And he was looking out that window, and he saw a man walking down the hall. Now, it was, I think, about 11:30 at night at that point, and so he asked Christine, is there anybody else supposed to be here right now? And, she, of course, no. Nobody else should be in the building at this time of night. And so she's like, why? Who was it? He said, well, I saw a man walk down the hall and turn into that office about halfway down the hall.
I don't want to be hearing this. All right, and did they describe the man?
Yes.
Okay.
So it didn't look like a spirit. He said it was a full man. He didn't even think for 1 second that this was a spirit, that it was just a person walking down the hall. And he described him as a black guy wearing like athletic pants, like the breakaway pants that basketball players wear, and like a warm-up jacket.
Okay.
It wasn't until later that we were talking to one of the other station employees that was with us that evening that they mentioned that there used to be a gentleman that worked here. I think he was a general manager or something by the name of Bill that fit that description to a T. And the office that he turned and walked into, I guess, was the office that Bill used to use.
Oh, okay, great. You know, Wayne had told me that the other day, and I didn't say anything to him. But it's like, oh my God, that describes. It was before I was here, but I did know Bill, and I know what he looked like. So that's very strange. All right, we got more audio. We got to take a break right now, but we'll be right back with Wayne and Dan there with Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters right after this.
Your best buds become your ear.